Mrs. Graham, what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to devise a plan to create some type of concoction to help me do better in school. I need to get my work done.
This doesn't look like a good idea.
No. I know what I'm doing.
It doesn't look safe either.
No. I've got this. It's all very scientific, and I've got it all planned out. I just need to add one more ingredient.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a fire extinguisher. Okay, so how we just saw with Miss Graham, there is no magic potion on how to get your work done. You have to put the effort in. To stay organized, to complete your work, and do well in school, you really need to put some effort into it. So let's look at the math a little bit, shall we? In a brick and mortar or a traditional school where you came from, you probably worked and went to school 6 days a week, 6 hours a day, and if you do the math, that's about 3,000 hours of work a week that you were expected to do when you went to a brick and mortar school.
Hold on. I'm Mrs. Dijon. I'm one of the math teachers here at Achievement House, and Mrs. Thompson has her math a little bit off here. So, a brick and mortar, you went 5 days a week, and you went 6 hours a day. So 5 times 6 is 30 hours a week in school, plus an hour a day of homework, so it's about 35 hours of work a week. Here at the Cyber School, or Achievement House, you have 5 days a week, 6 hours a day, so that's 30 hours, plus your 5 hours of homework. So it's the same amount of work that you would have in your brick and mortar. It's about 35 hours a week.
Thank you, Mrs. Dijon. I'll
You're
have
welcome.
to review that with everybody to make sure that we do at least 35 hours a week while you're at the cyber school.
Okay, so no more fooling around. So that should be our plan. About 35 hours a week of work for cyber school that you should be doing your schoolwork just like you did in a brick and mortar. Remember, it can be during the day, it can be at night, it can be on the weekends. That's the beauty of cyber school. You don't have to do the 30 hours in a classroom during the day like you did in brick and mortar. If you work a job during the day, you can do your hours of work in the evening. But you just have to make sure you make a plan. Set a schedule. If you work during the day at a job, you need to make sure you set aside time in the evening to get your work done. So what I'd like to do now is take another look at the Outlook calendar just to review how to add times to the calendar that you need to do some work. So we'll go back in and we'll add some live classes to Johnny Appleseed's calendar. So let's remember how to do that. The first thing you need to do is log on to the Achievement House Cyber Charter School Moodle homepage. Now I'm logged in here as Johnny Appleseed, and if I scroll down the home page past the announcements like we talked about in the other video, you'll have all of your live classes down here at the bottom. Now these are Johnny Appleseed's live classes and you'll have yours. Let's pick one to add to our Outlook calendar. So why don't we pick Honors Civics, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. So what you want to do is go back up to the top, click on Student Email, and then click on Calendar, and your calendar will pop up. This calendar should look familiar. We did this in part 1 of this lesson. So what I'd like to do, we said we were going to add Honors Civics 1 o'clock on Tuesdays for a reminder on my Outlook calendar. So I'm going to double click on December 23rd. It's a Tuesday. And you have to scroll up to the top so you can add the name of your event is Honors Civics. I can't type and talk. We don't need a location because it's live over the computer, right? The start time is Tuesday the 23rd. The duration will be 1 hour because our classes are generally about an hour. And we also need to go back and make sure we set the time. The start time of that was 1 p.m. I'd like to set a reminder for myself, so if I have my Outlook email open on my computer, I will get a reminder pop-up box. I like to set it for 15 minutes before the event starts. You can choose 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you like. So at 12:45 every Tuesday, I'll get a reminder that I have class, Honor Civics, at 1 o'clock. I'm going to make this a repeat event, which means every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, I'll get the reminder. When I set a repeat, so I'm saying starting on Tuesday, December 23rd, and we're going to go right through the end of the year. So I'm going to move this calendar way down to June. and pick the last Tuesday of class. Let's say it's June 16th. So I will get a reminder every Tuesday at 12:45 that I have a class at 1 o'clock, Honor Civics, and I will get that reminder every day until June. I can make some notes down here if I'd like to about this event. And the last thing I want to do is set the color on my calendar. Remember how I showed you to do that? Click the 3 dots here at the top, categorize, and I'm going to set that to purple. And the last step in the whole process, and probably the most important step, so I should write this down, is press save. And when I save this, I will have my event on the calendar for December, starting on December 23rd. Now it might just take a minute, there we go, for it to populate. Made me nervous there for a minute, but now I have my Honor Civics at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays. And remember that class was also on Thursdays, so you can double click on Thursday and set that for 1 o'clock as well. So now when you're done, when I'm done with this video, you have to answer a few questions at the bottom, and then I'd like you to go to your Outlook calendar. Log into Outlook email, check your email while you're there, and then set your live class schedule on the calendar. I hope this was helpful, and I hope this helps you get organized for your school. In addition to the live classes, you can also put any assignments that are upcoming on that calendar so you get a reminder as well. So good luck with calendar, and let us know if you have any questions.